Welcome to this edition of the Who's Who in Guyana Business Show. As usual, a show that provides a ton of education, tells you about the companies operating in Guyana, and of course the opportunities that exist. We have had a very active week with the kickoff of opening up the 2023 edition of the Who's Who. So if you are part of an organization that really wants to be able to get more exposure for your organization, to have the local and foreign investors be able to find you much easier, and to have other businesses find you much easier, then make sure that you find your way into the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. A packed show for you, and we're going to kick it off with Ms. Selena Bacchus, our marketing officer, talking to you about the opportunities in the upcoming Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. See you after she speaks, after some messages from our sponsors.
Hi, let me talk to you about the Who's Who in Guyana Business. It is a business directory which focuses on organizations that serve our local, regional, and international markets. We must thank our distribution network for circulating over 10,000 copies of the directory. You can find it in the Center for Local Business Development, our Go Invest. You can find it at your ports, and of course, those places where the members and organizations who are looking for the information in our magazine. That information takes the form of your company profile, detailing and illustrating the key players in your organizations, your products or services, whichever you offer, contact information, and of course, a brand story. We all love a good story. Now, I'm taking this time to tell you that we have got a fantastic offer. When you make that payment for the Who's Who to be in the physical copy of the Who's Who, you will benefit from being featured on our website. You will have a page to display your company, what it is that you do, and of course your members if you would like. Be sure to contact us on 225-3355, or you can message us on Facebook. Pretty easy. Ask how you can be featured in the next edition of the Who's Who in Guyana Business magazine.
Hi everyone, I'm Gitanjali, the Human Resources Manager for NSB Omega. NSB Omega Guyana Inc. is a Guyanese woman-owned company located in Georgetown, Guyana, that offers key services such as recruitment and immigration solutions to the Guyana natural resource industry. NSB Omega Guyana offers full support to employers and job seekers in the Guyanese market. We ensure a seamless and a faster hiring process. You can contact us on 227-3370, follow us on Instagram, and like our Facebook page, NSB Omega Guyana Inc. We are Team NSB Omega for persons who manage successful projects.
Welcome back. And as I mentioned, as always, a packed 45 minutes for you with a lot of information coming your way so that you can really get knowledge that will help you improve in your organization, improve yourself, improve your organization, and really head to a higher level. To help us with that is Ms. Rodlyn Semple, and she'll be talking to us about the importance of independence.
Thank you, Dr. Doerga. In our last session, we focused on confidentiality. Confidentiality, in addition to independence, are key terms that are required, especially if you're going to provide services to clients, right? They need to know that the decisions that you are making is basically coming from the organization. Today, we're going to look at the different types of independence as it relates to inspection activities. Let's go back a bit. In one of the previous sessions, I examined what is the definition of inspection. So inspection basically is the examination of a product, a process, and a system in accordance to guidelines. The guidelines at some point in time will involve the use of professional judgment. When we say professional judgment, if I'm inspecting a car, how do I know that this car is actually fit for purpose? It calls for the experience, knowledge of that inspector based upon his current job responsibilities and based upon current practices to determine whether or not that car is fit for purpose. So when we talk of independence, independence can be according to three categories. We have independence falling underneath a type A, type B, and type C. And please note that the letters are not synonymous with who is better than which other. In a type A inspection process or one that has independence, it's a third party. So that body is actually independent. So let's say we have the manufacturer of a particular type of plastic and they're seeking for third party recognition. In this instance, they're looking for not certification, they're looking for accreditation. It means that company X, who has technical competence for inspection, irrespective of the client and maybe a customer, they will do that inspection. So that is considered a type A. Type A is totally independent of the client as well as maybe a second party. The type B inspection body is basically a company who has an inspection arm and they conduct inspection processes for themselves. In a situation like that, there is need to streamline responsibilities because it can actually affect the credibility. In other words, we can have conflict of interest. The type C inspection body, they're basically not part of an organization providing inspection services for themselves, but they provide, in addition to that, inspection services to external bodies. In order to develop your level of independence when it comes to asserting whether or not there's confidence in your inspection process, you either can be in any category, type A, type B, type C. For further information on how you can implement an inspection system meeting international requirements, contact us on telephone number 501-0110 or send an email at iso@actioninvest.org. I am Rodlyn Semple. I'm an ISO lead consultant, also a conformity assessment management system practitioner with over 17 years experience, both in management system training, consultancy, and auditing. I would have gathered 17 years of theoretical as well as practical training regionally, nationally, and internationally regarding ISO standards. And with this, I believe that Guyana's position that it is now need qualified and expert persons. It's not a coincidence. In 2010, I was awarded a scholarship to study quality management system in India. And from this poem, it says, "From far-flung nations we came to develop capacity in standards and management systems." And I was able to say this poem to over 32 nations. And I believe that coming back to Guyana in 2010, that really positioned me with this vision to help companies, indeed on an international scale, where companies need to compete, and that is what ACI brings to the table. ACI Consulting Services, it's a Guyanese own consultancy services which was developed to help companies to gain competitiveness. So what do? We provide expert management system consulting services in the areas of training, auditing, and conformity assessment. We are located at 120 Parade Street, Georgetown. So ISO certification basically opens up your business to the global market. It allows you to be competitive. So I can have a company in Guyana with an ISO certification and my service and product will be internationally recognized in any other country. ISO certification brings we call improving operations. It reduces redundancy. It actually allows you to correct non-conforming work or correct errors in the system. Overall, there's a mass improvement in the operations, and it has been proven both economically that there's significant benefits and standards are applicable to anyone. So it doesn't matter what size you are, the amount of personnel, ISO standards help you to compete. And I know that the International Accreditation Forum said one standard implemented allows the company to compete globally, nationally, and internationally. So if you're desirous of obtaining information about our products and services, give us a call on telephone numbers 501-0110 or send an email at iso@actioninvest.org.
Forum Furniture Store showroom has furniture for the entire home. Furnish your living room, your dining room, your kitchen, and your bedroom. Also get that appliance that matches your style. Come fall in love at our showroom located at Lot 4, Monrepo North, right on the public road. Call us on 220-8107 or WhatsApp on 672-1881. Get more without paying more when you shop at 401 Furniture Store.
Welcome back. Also, check out 401 in the Who's Who in Guyana business directory to learn a lot more about what they bring to the table and the tables they bring. So I would like to encourage you again, check out the companies in the Who's Who in Guyana business directory. These are the companies that are really ensuring that they keep up leveling their products and services. And of course, you are the persons that they are making these efforts for. So feel free to test them out and see what they bring to the table. Give them some advice if you have any guidance that will allow them to get even better than they already are. So customer service, of course, is something that all of us would love to have a lot more of. And it's one of the reasons why ActionCOACH started to offer training in Guyana, because it was really one of the biggest calls. And you'll notice in many of the companies that we've worked with, a distinct difference, a distinct improvement in the level of customer service that you'd expect. So let's hear from Coach Prem how we did it and how you can be a part of improving your customer service.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Seminar Club modules, and we're on to ServiceRICH. ServiceRICH is such an important part of our businesses as we look to be able to find ways of how we can get customers coming back and back again. As a business owner, have you experienced a service where you just had to go back and have that experience? And I'm sure you want to be able to have that and implement that in your business and in your work. So there are ways of how you can be able to do that. And there's a way we want to be able to identify to be able to get our customers coming back. You see, satisfaction alone is not good enough. What we want to do is have your customers feel delighted, excited about the products that you have, the service that you deliver, so that they keep coming back. You see, the idea of having a service that delights your customer really emphasizes the point that we can be able to have our customers talk about us, to be able to market our company, to be able to share their experiences with their friends and family. That is what customers really appreciate, when you have a service that actually delights. You see, satisfaction is what is a norm. Everyone looks to be able to satisfy their customers. You see, the idea here is that we want to be able to find the ways and the tools and the strategies that we use to be able to satisfy our customers. In our ServiceRICH seminar, you'll be able to understand how you can be able to have your team or develop your team into a force that's really motivated and passionate about serving your customers. It's about reaching new heights in your service, in the service that you provide, especially for those who are in the service industry as well. And you don't have a product, but you provide a service. It's so important to understand what are the tools, what are the strategies that you can be able to use. In our seminars, some of the takeaways that you'll be able to have is to be able to understand what is the loyalty ladder. It's so important to be able to take our customers through a process and understanding how they can be able to be persons who will be loyal to your company, and also understanding how you can be able to delight them every time they come to use your service or experience your product that you have. We want to be able to understand as well what it means to have a raving fan and a person who goes out there and talks about your business. So join us in our next ServiceRICH seminar. It's on March 10th and the 17th. Register today and book a spot. You can contact us at our office at 223-5583. I'll see you then.
Camille's Academy Inc. We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success.
Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today.
Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Camille's Academy Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
Avoid the stress of thermal breakdown, engine wear, and sludge buildup. Use Syntec lubricants. Manufactured for tropical climates and built for hard-working engines, Syntec has proven protection and performance. Tested, endorsed, approved, and used by Cummins, MAN, Mercedes, Volvo, Deutz, and Kamaz. Syntec lubricants work. Imported and distributed by Caribbean Motor Spares. Telephone 609-7621, 502-3171, and available at all stores nationwide. Get yours now. Syntec lubricants drives your journey.
You'll also find Caribbean Motor Spares in the Who's Who in Guyana business directory. They've been in every one of the editions that have been published to date. And of course, the growth at Caribbean Motor Spares has been fantastic with the opening of their 4th location, and so much more coming up in this year and the coming years. We'll now hear from Ms. Gitanjali, who's going to be talking to us about a materials coordinator. And you may also notice that some of these roles are new to Guyana. They have only been around for a couple of months, couple of years. But if we are to really understand the opportunities, then listening to Gitanjali will allow you to understand what the requirements are and, of course, what the responsibilities are.
Hello, I'm Gitanjali, the Human Resources Manager for NSP Omega, and this week I'll be telling you about another important job in the oil and gas industry that is in rapid demand, and that is a materials coordinator. A materials coordinator is responsible for a broad range of duties related to inventory management and the oversight of products and materials. Their top 5 main duties are: 1. Verify materials availability for all scheduled outage, planned, and emergent work. 2. Provide supply chain input into plant mine equipment maintenance strategies where requested. 3. Coordinate effective and efficient logistics requirements for routine and shutdown work. 4. Provide frequent updates on material availability to required parties. And 5, identify opportunities to consume business line materials and destock inventory. The common requirements for this role are: 1, 7 to 10 years of experience is required in this role. 2, a bachelor's degree is preferred. 3, broad knowledge of SAP material catalogs and research tools. And 4, general knowledge of how and where materials are used in the plant. In our next video, we'll be talking about the roles and requirements of a business development officer. In the interim, please feel free to like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep updated with our vacancies. You can also give us a call on 227-3370 for more information. Until next time, do stay safe. Goodbye.
Since 1985 we've been around. Serving the nation is so much fun. Every customer's number one. A. & Sons at Movie Town. More products, more variety. Spacious shopping and a helpful team. Website and delivery. We're so proud to be Guyanese.
A. & Sons, always happy to serve you. Come visit our new location at Movie Town as we bring you a premium shopping experience and a bigger product line to meet your everyday needs.
Welcome back, and we'll now be taking a look at Camille's Academy to find out what's happening this week.
As we introduce health and family life education within our secondary department this week, we had a seminar conducted by GRPA, Guyana Responsible Parenthood Association, on sexual reproductive health and rights of the child.
Our aim today is to educate you guys on comprehensive sexuality education, or what most of you would know it as HFLE, right? Today we're gonna just touch on an introduction to sexual reproductive health of adolescents, right? So basically some of the things you guys would usually face as an adolescent, like I just mentioned, changes that you would go through, right? So does anybody know what is puberty or heard of the word puberty before? Okay, so puberty is basically, right, your body going through changes, like I just mentioned. As an adolescent, you will go through different changes, right? We're gonna look at changes boys go through, both boys and girls, right? And girls, right? So remember, we're all here to learn, right? As much as it may sound funny to hear people talk about these things happen, right? Yes. Yes. Chest, or their shoulders get wide, right? Shoulders widening. So we said the voice deepens. Shoulders widen, hair growth on your chest and your face. Anything else? Now let's look at the girls. What are some changes that the girls will go through? Yes. Hips widen, breast grows, right? There's one major one that y'all should know. Period. Right? And what's the correct word for period? Menstruation, right? The other one is, both of you guys would have hormones or develop hormones, right? For the males, the hormones that you will start to develop is called testosterone, right? And for the females, the hormone that you ladies would develop, right, is it's called estrogen, right? That's the female hormone. So these hormones would cause you to feel the urge, like somebody said here. You get sexually attracted to each other, right? That's what those hormones do. So when you're reaching the age of adolescence, you'll start to feel all kinds of things, right? But you need to know how to control those hormones.
So, you are over 50. You know what you're about, but you want to have that added edge to streamline your vision. Connections 50 Plus has the product for you. It's the Primetime 5.8G Reset Coaching Package. We can help you to retool and chart your course for a successful third act journey. It's revolutionary. It's a 3-in-1 composite, smoothing life transition, assuring your financial well-being, and empowering your entrepreneurial footprint. This is your time to seize the moment. Take full advantage of this opportunity to become your best self, claim financial confidence, and explore new possibilities. The Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Primetime Reset Coaching Package is a must for you as you follow your passion, love what you do, and do what you love, all while claiming your worth. With this package, you can be well on your way to the best years of your life. Connect with us by going to the Programs tab on your webpage or calling the numbers on the screen. We look forward to seeing you very soon.
Welcome back, and we'll now be hearing from Coach Keon Smith about training for becoming an executive assistant. With the amount of corporate jobs happening right now, GMs, CEOs, managers having added responsibilities, getting that timely support is also important, and everyone is looking for assistance. And in this case, at the higher level, they would be referred to as executive assistant. Now, what's the training that's required? Let's hear from Coach Keon Smith.
Thank you, Dr. Doerga, and welcome everyone to this episode where we will continue our conversation on our corporate training learning management system, also referred to as the LMS. In this episode, we will be touching on a very, very important topic as well, and this is referred to as executive and personal assistance training. Now, as companies continue to grow, this particular role is becoming more and more of a critical role here in Guyana. We want to make sure that persons are so trained to perform this role effectively. This role is very unique and it requires a variety of skills for that person to be able to master and for them to provide as much assistance as possible. So whether you're working on scheduling, you are making arrangements for travel, whether locally, regionally, or internationally, you are curating important documents. It is important that these be done with a high level of accuracy. And of course, you need to be very, very confidential in executing these various activities. And confidentiality is one of the most important, if not the most critical characteristic of anyone who fits that role of being an executive and or a personal assistant. So this particular training will help to provide the participants with the tools necessary to help them understand the importance of what they do and how can they train to become an even more successful team member when it comes to functioning in that capacity. So it is important for us to keep in mind that there'll be various objectives that this workshop will provide to the participants, from helping them understand and adapt to the different needs and styles of their leaders, or understand the styles of management, help them to understand how to communicate more effectively, whether that communication is verbal, it is written, or sometimes even our nonverbal cues that sometimes can be involuntary and may send the wrong message. How do they understand how to prepare for and manage meetings effectively? So, in this workshop, there are going to be a variety of topics that I believe you would find very, very interesting as you develop and continue to enhance your skill as an executive assistant. Now, you would understand how to work along with your manager. I think that is one of the critical aspects of having that productive relationship. Being able to understand your manager, understand their style, and work with them. You will learn skills when it comes to answering the telephone and interacting with persons who are trying to make contact with your manager. You will learn effective time management among many other skills, such as how do you become an effective gatekeeper? This simply means not that you're going to be deflecting the calls, but how do you ensure that you coordinate those events, those calls, etc., to ensure that you're maximizing the time that your manager has during the day? How do you improve on your organizational skills to make it easy for you to set goals and for you to retrieve documents and information when necessary? So if you are currently functioning in this capacity and you're thinking about how to really improve and or enhance your skill as a personal assistant or as an executive assistant, then definitely this training is going to be extremely suitable for you. You can reach out to us. You can call us on 223-5583, and one of our team members will be more than willing to provide you with the necessary information so that you can get registered and you can have this course done in your own time, at your own pace. You can have access to the information and resources whenever you're ready, so that you don't have to take away or study how you're taking away your time during the day. You can invest your time in the evening and sharpen your skills. The better you get, the more you learn, is the faster that you can grow. So think about it. Make sure that you make that call, or you can check out our website to just to get a bit more about the topics that will be covered. And that is at actioninvest.org/corporate training learning management systems. And you'll be able to find all the information you need about the course so that you can also get registered and start on your learning journey. Dr. Doerga?
Like the captain of a great sea vessel, we navigate through the waters of life. We chart our course and head for our destination. But often, our own inability to change and become the captain we need to be can prevent us from reaching our goals. Like an iceberg, our identity floats before us, often stopping us from docking at that destination. Only a small portion of our identity iceberg is visible above the waterline. The rest remains hidden below the waves. To truly change, we must know what is above and below the surface. And the water that surrounds our iceberg is the environment we live in. Bobbing above the surface are decisions and actions. These make up our behaviors. Often, when we set a new goal, we only focus on changing those behaviors. For example, let's say your goal is to get in shape. If you only change the behavior of getting up to exercise, what happens on the day you feel tired? You ignore the alarm. Eventually, that behavior becomes less frequent. So, what does create long-term change? Behaviors are built upon what is below the surface. As we dive deeper, we uncover the next layer of the identity iceberg: skills. What we are good at, we do more of. To get long-term change, we need to gain skills. We go to training, we get a mentor, and we grow our skills. The more skills we acquire in a desired behavior, the more we will do that behavior. Skills are affected by the next layer, called beliefs. These are personal truths built over time that affect how we learn and ultimately behave. Beliefs can be tricky because often what we believe to be true, we will make true. For example, if you believe you're a poor cook based on burning a dinner, the probability of you taking a cooking class is low. Without practice, the belief that you are a poor cook becomes true because you never learned the skills required to cook well. Sometimes that belief itself becomes even stronger than the result. For example, if you cook a fabulous meal, you may say, "That was an easy recipe. I'm still a bad cook." Every time you reinforce a belief, it's like adding a brick to a wall. You can take it down one brick at a time, or you can simply use a bulldozer. You are not required to keep a belief once you establish it. You can question it. Ask yourself, do I want to keep this belief? So what builds the belief layer of the identity iceberg? Our values. This layer is deep below the surface. Values center around the question, what is most important to you? For example, if success is the most important thing to you, you are willing to risk rejection in pursuit of success. For another person, acceptance is more important than success, and they will move away from anything that might cause rejection. Swimming down past values, at the deepest part of the iceberg is your identity. It revolves around your I am statements. How you define you. Identity can be wrapped up in our work, family, location, or school, just to name a few. By writing down our I am statements, we can proactively determine who we need to be. And from there, our entire identity iceberg can change. We can navigate to our desired destination and to that goal. To learn more about how becoming the person we need to be can affect our success, check out the doodle for the formula for success, or B times do equals have, at the link below. Or contact an action coach at www.actioncoach.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vishnu Doerga. Our engagement with the Center for Local Business Development started off in 2017. I can tell you that we've benefited from almost every service that the center offers, ranging from business support to business deep dive. Our entire team has received training at the center, and we've also benefited from the ISO mentoring services of the center that allowed us to become ISO certified. The biggest impact from engaging with the center would have been that we clearly understand the needs of the oil and gas industry. We have been able to become ISO certified, and that has allowed a lot of international clients now to come to our doorsteps and for us to be able to serve them at the highest level. Since engaging with the center, we've been able to establish a joint venture in which we're the majority owner, and we have been successful in winning a contract with ExxonMobil for the supply of technical staff, and we continue to add more and more people to Exxon's workforce. We've recently also been successful in becoming a vendor with SVM. So the contracts continue to pile up, and we're very happy that we've taken that step to prepare ourselves to be able to participate. What I would like every single business in Guyana to know is that the center is there as a resource. And like any other resource, it only works if you tap into it. So my encouragement would be to ensure that you visit the office, visit their website, and really understand what they have to offer, participate in the courses, so that you can also add that capacity, and in this case, at no cost to your company.
Welcome back. That's our show for this week. Just wanted to leave some parting words with you to encourage you to take inventory of where you are today, take inventory of your own knowledge, skills, and abilities. Take a look around you to determine what the opportunities are, what the threats are, and then it's very important for you to realize how your strengths align with those opportunities and how those threats can possibly attack your weaknesses. And then, of course, you need to develop an action plan. How are you going to make sure that you utilize your strengths to pursue those opportunities? And how are you going to mitigate those weaknesses that you have? How are you going to turn those weaknesses into strengths, or at least make sure that you cannot get attacked in those areas? When we talk about attack, it can sound very competitive. I would want to have you think as well about the types of collaborations that you could possibly pursue, locally or internationally, that will allow you to be part of something much larger. A lot to think about. It is an exciting time here in Guyana, and I would encourage you to keep your eyes open to really ensure that you benefit from all that is happening in our evolving economy, because future generations may actually look back and remember the day that you actually took the time to do what was needed to move yourself, your family, your community, and I truly trust your country to the next level. Until next week, and next week does mark our 52nd edition, which means 1 full year of weekly business education being brought to your living room, to your devices, non-stop, an unbroken 52 weeks. The team here is very proud of having been able to produce that and make that impact. And I would encourage you as well to borrow a little bit of our consistency so that you also get the results that you are seeking. Until next week, I'm Dr. Vishnu Doerga. It's a real pleasure delivering here for you again today. Take care.